first 1,000 miles in my new Toyota Tacoma. How's it doing? Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. So I have driven my first 1,000 miles in my new 2021 Toyota Tacoma, and this is how it's doing. Had to have a little Texas toast there in the beginning to fire me up for the video. So the big question is the Toyota Tacoma as good as Texas toast? I love Texas toast. But anyway, and of course, since I'm in Texas, it'd be Texas toast no matter what it was, right? But we're out cruising around, just literally turned 1,000 miles on my Toyota Tacoma. And it's not perfect, I have to say. Now, not to say that any truck is going to be perfect, but there's been a few things. Before I get to that, don't forget, if you haven't before, smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. So what am I talking about? Well, the body panels for one. I mentioned that in another video. I did a close-up and personal look, and the body panels don't line up. They're not perfect. Now, should they be perfect? Well, of course not. I mean, nothing is perfect. There's always a built-in tolerance. The Toyota Tacoma is no different, but I think they're just a little bit more out of tolerance than they really should be. I think they should be a little more perfect. As far as any other kinds of problems, mechanical things like that, you know, I did mention that I had a brake caliper problem. My brake caliper on the right side, the passenger front, if you will, was loose. It was banging around, it was making noise, I could feel it in the floor. Finally figured out what it was, although, in all fairness, and to be honest, I did have the truck lifted in the front, so the shop may have removed that caliper to have more room to do their thing. I'm not sure, so it could be their fault, which means I am not going to fault the Toyota Tacoma with that. Fuel economy, we always have to talk about fuel economy. I've been doing some updates as we've been going because there's always questions with the Sprint booster. Is it any better? I did notice better fuel economy in my 2020 with the Sprint booster installed. In this truck, I really haven't been able to tell yet. Right now, and I'll give you a real time, I'm getting 18 miles per gallon. It's been as high as I think around 19.4, something like that. But I did just sit at the drive-thru waiting to get my Texas toast. So obviously, I'm not getting great gas mileage while I'm sitting still. But that's not too bad. I think that's in line with what the truck should be getting. So I don't have any real issues with fuel economy, even with the rising gas prices. How does it handle? Now again, I did have the front end lifted, so it's not really a fair stock comparison, but I did drive it for a little while before I did that, and everything was fine, comfortable, handles well, no real issues. Although I will say, in looking at the mid-size trucks, I do have a Jeep Gladiator. I've had a couple of them. So naturally, I'm going to compare this truck to that because I have one. And I will say, it's not quite as nimble as the Jeep Gladiator is. It's certainly not as quick as the Gladiator is, although again, the Sprint booster really does help, wakes up the Tacoma. I think it's the best that it can be, and that of course gets rid of throttle lag. But the Jeep Gladiator nonetheless, a little bit more nimble and a little bit quicker than the Tacoma. Enough that I would throw out the Tacoma? No, I wouldn't say so. It's close, but just a little bit off. Now, the interior. First of all, let's talk about the fit and finish, the materials, all that good stuff. No issues. Not having any problems with anything wearing or premature damage, anything like that. All of it is good. Even my seat that I slide out of every time I get out of the truck has been just fine. No issues there. The materials on the inside, still just like they were at 1,000 miles ago. Everything still fits right. I haven't found anything that's weird. Everything looks good. No issues at all there. Very happy with that. As far as the comfort on the inside, you know, Toyota with, I believe the 2020 model year, went with the 10-way power adjustable seat, and what a heck of an improvement that was. Perfectly comfortable in here. I wouldn't have a problem taking the truck on a more long distance trip, although honestly, I would probably choose the full-size truck if I was going to do that, my Ram 1500. It's just more roomy and more comfortable and takes a little bit of the bumps, or takes the bumps a little bit better, I should say. But I wouldn't have a problem with a couple-hour trip, something like that. And I know there are those out there who have gone further, hours and hours, and that's cool. If you like that, no issues with that. I just prefer something a little bit more plush, I guess, for those kind of trips. Back to the seat, I want to mention that again because it was a vast improvement in the Tacoma. Works fine. It is the 10-way power adjustable. The lumbar is awesome. Hits me right in the back where I want it to hit me. I don't have any troubles with anything like that, so that's absolutely marvelous. The only problem I have is that Toyota really should have done that a few years back. There was, oh, somebody just waved at me. That right there, just what a white Toyota Tacoma. And every once in a while, you do get a wave, and I got a wave there. Pretty cool. So the seat's perfect. I love it. The infotainment system, no issues with it. And that's one area that it bests the Jeep Gladiator for sure. In every Mopar product that I've had, or Mopar type product, I've had some sort of a black screen occurrence, and I haven't had anything like that in the Tacoma. It's been spot on since the day that I got it, so I don't have any issues or anything weird like that, so that's great. I love the setup of it. It's pretty intuitive. You don't have to be some sort of an audiophile to figure out how to use it. Everything is good. Right now, I do have the color changed on it. I have the red background. It's the closest I could get to orange. So I like that you're able to kind of customize it a little bit. One thing that Toyota did do away with, and I think it's too bad, is the customizable screens. You used to be able to plug in your own image. I don't mean of you necessarily, but whatever image you wanted, hopefully at least PG rated, that you could have in the truck all the time. You can't do that anymore, and I believe that began with either the 2019 or 2020s. I used to be able to do that, or I did do it with my 2018, so that's kind of a shame that they did that, but whatever. So overall, am I happy with the truck in its first 1,000 miles? And the answer is yes. I finally found my trim level. I'm driving an SR5, and this is it for me. This is perfect. I've had the Pro, not the Pro. I've had the off-road, I've had the Sport, and I even had an access cab. It was an SR5 years ago, and a pre-runner. This by far is my favorite trim level. It's not overdone with things that I would have paid for that I don't use or that I don't want, and it's customizable in the form of mods in such a way that I'm not wasting money by pulling things off that I paid for that it came with. So anyway, that's the scoop. The truck is doing fantastically. Love the truck. I'm even happy with the fuel economy. Again, 18 miles per gallon. It is a truck. I knew what I was in for when I got it. I'm not gonna dog it for its fuel economy. Leave a comment, let me know if you've got a new or newer Toyota Tacoma, or maybe new to you. How's it doing? Any issues? Are you still digging it? I'd be curious to know. Again, real quick, if you didn't earlier, make sure that right now that you smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.